So here it is, folks. Transfer deadline day. Now, will there be any last-minute drama in the Championship? Well, let's talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another transfer update video. Yes, that's right, folks, back once again with another transfer update video. This time we are bringing you the final bits of rumours. That's right, folks, back once again with another transfer update. This time we are trying to wrap it up before the transfer window slam shuts, 5 p.m. UK time on Thursday. What's going to happen? We'll talk about it in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, woo, football related, all here under Warriors. That's right, folks. Yes, usually the transfer updates are coming up on Friday, but by then all the business would have been done. So I'm going to give you my final words of the transfers out in the Championship. So I've got something for everybody. Got a bit of bad news for you. Then we'll talk about it in just a second as I fire up the machine, the transfer machine. What you got for me? Here we go. So yeah, the bit of bad news I've got for you today, folks, is I try to give you new transfer rumours each and every week. Now obviously we're coming in a couple of days earlier than when I usually would record this, but two clubs are very, very quiet. I can't seem to find any rumours for them, so I'm going to give you a little bit of information that is still active and still bubbling, that still might surface in the next 24 hours or so, because I am actually recording this on the Wednesday. This will go live Thursday. Transfer window shuts 5 p.m. So if you've watched this after 5, you'll know the deal. So Barnsley is kicking it all off with this guy, Sando Kulinovic. He's a young striker, currently in the books at Legia Warsaw. Obviously, they've just sold Kiefer, what's his chops? Kiefer Moore, that's it, got it in the end. He's gone to Wigan, so they're looking for another striker to boost their survival hopes. Obviously starting the season with a fantastic win against Fulham. Hopefully we can do the same, but I doubt it. Meanwhile, over at Birmingham City, hot off the press, they have just lost to Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup first round. They're looking at this guy, Fran Valabia. He's on the books at Valencia. Current, looks like an attacking midfielder, maybe in that number 10 role. Also Jordan Rose. Now he's a name that's going to crop up a few times today. A lot of Championship clubs looking at him. He's still in the books of Sheffield Wednesday, but Premier League club Norwich want to go back in for him and bring him over on a permanent basis. Obviously, Jordan Rose, formerly at Ewood Park, legend. Well, I wouldn't say legend, goal scoring machine. I'd give him that. We are only looking at this guy. According to the only rumours I could find, is Greg Cunningham, left back. It would be a welcome addition, but for me, not the only addition. And to be honest with you, I don't think left back is the area we should be looking at. We should be looking at right back. We should be looking at centre back, and obviously goalkeeper. Those are the three spots I'd like to see something happen. Adrabayo has come in, so he might fill up right back. So maybe a centre-back. Maybe a tried and trusted centre-back and a goalkeeper. That would keep me happy, Gaffer. Moving over to Brentford. They're looking at a couple of striker replacements. Obviously, Neil Maupay left to join Brighton this past few days. They're looking at this guy, Saman Ghoddos. Actually linked with a couple of Championship clubs, but looks like Brentford have the upper hand on this one. Potential 3 million deals. I don't know what the figure is. Currently playing football at Amiens over in France. Also checking out, they're having a sneaky peek look at Lyle Taylor. Obviously, I know him very well, who was the goal-scoring booby prize on Saturday when Charlton snatched it from our noses. So yeah, Taylor being linked with a couple of clubs this week as well. 29-year-old striker, formerly of Wimbledon. Bristol City seems to have the edge on a lot of clubs over this young dynamo, Edward Nketiah. Obviously, the books at Arsenal. We could be done and dusted pretty soon. Obviously, there's not long left, so that could happen. As well as this guy, Adam Nagy. He's a Hungarian star, playing for, I want to say star, Hungarian player, playing over in Hungary, Ferencváros. So that deal could go through as well in the next few days. Cardiff taking a look at Isaac Vassell. Yes, this is a player that has been linked with a couple of Championship clubs. It looked like it was going to go to Luton. Swansea have stepped in there, and so have Cardiff. So he could be on his way, and it looks very likely that it's going to be Birmingham. And also they are taking a look at Alamani Gori. He plays for these bad boys. Don't know, can't remember the badge. The memory serves me, but he's a right-sided midfielder. Could be an addition for Cardiff. Moving over to Charlton, they're taking a look at just this one guy. They've got not much money to spend, but Samfield at West Brom is a player that attracted some interest of those the lower echelons of the Championship. So he could make the switch, just like Conor Gallagher did for Chelsea to Charlton. Moving over to Derby, they're looking to bring in 2 players, 2 attacking midfield, attacking kind of players. Jacob Murphy's been linked again. You'll see him. He's a regular face in the next minute or so. He's currently in the books at Newcastle. Alongside him, it could be Andre Ayew, who's currently in the books at Swansea, I believe. Now, as I said, Jacob Murphy is a good creative player on the books at Newcastle, but he's interested Derby a little bit, but he's also interested Fulham. They're also taking a closer look at Murphy this past week to see if they can bring him on in to add some more attacking options on the wings. Also, they were looking at this guy, Daniel Amartey, who is a defensive midfielder currently at Leicester City, and he represents Ghana as well on the international scene, so he could well join the ranks. Obviously, they've just brought in Harry Arter as well recently, so I don't know how active or how fresh that deal is. It could be a couple of days old, so maybe they've already crossed that position off their wanted list. As I said, Jacob Murphy, very hot property, and also taking a look at him as well. Looks like Newcastle have given the green light for him to leave, so a lot of Championship clubs sniffing around at the moment. Meanwhile, Hull are looking at midfield and defenders, and they're actually going after a couple of big bad boy Bens. That's right, Ben Whiteman on the books at Doncaster Rovers. He could be on his way to switching up to Hull. £7 million, or not £7 million, a 7-figure fee has been rejected by Doncaster, so they'll have to up the ante if they're going to snap him. Meanwhile, they'll also take a look at this guy, Ben Hannigan, obviously at the books at Sheffield United at the moment. Rovers were linked with him way back when he's played up his football up in Scotland. He opted to go for Sheffield United, and I think it was the correct decision. I know he didn't get much game time, but it looks like he was on loan at Blackpool as well last time out. Moving over to Leeds, they've been a little bit quiet, if I'm all honest. They have recently sold their key backup keeper, Peacock Farrell, to them 6-fingered freakazoids, but they're looking at this guy, Ilan Maslana, who's on the books at Lorient over in France, to come in, possibly on loan. That deal's close, I believe, to being done. And they're also taking an outside look at Eddie Nketiah. Looks like Bristol City got the edge, but Leeds could be in the mix should anything fall apart. Now, here we go. Here's the better bad news I mentioned earlier. Can't get much from Luton these days. I'm just mentioning that they were linked with Isaac Vassell as well. They could go back into him, I guess, if it all falls flat. For Cardiff, they are looking for strikers. Luton, they were linked with a defender last week. Nothing seemed to have happened with that. But we'll have to see if any of those recent rumours come true for the Hatters. Meanwhile, over at the Borough, they're taking a look at this guy, Wes Burns, Fleetwood Town midfielder / striker, according to the stats at foothead.com. Very pacey. Could be an option for Woodgate's boys. And they also taking an outside look as well at Lyle Taylor. Looks like Brentford have made a bid. Middlesbrough keeping an outside look and maybe might go in for him as well. Obviously, they've got Brett Asombalonga on their books who could leave maybe, but he started the season in okay form, scoring a goal in day one. Over at the Den, now they have picked up, been a little bit active this transfer window, bringing in Conor Mahoney, bringing in Frank Fielding and Blaskowski, but Frankie Fielding has picked up an injury which has set them on the trail to find another goalkeeper. The injury to Fielding is quite severe, I guess. Is out for a few months, so it limits their goalkeeping options. So Ben Olnick is the latest name to be rumoured to be possibly, there's a lot of ifs, ands and buts in there, to be making the switch from Bolton to Millwall. But if that doesn't pan out, they might go for this guy. Not Jason Steele, but is no relation. Luke Steele. It's currently in the books at Nottingham Forest. So they are on the lookout for the goalkeeper to provide competition for Blaskowski, who I believe was a good pickup for Millwall. Meanwhile, if Steele does leave, it does set up a bit of a scenario over at Nottingham Forest, and that may spring a reaction for them to look for another goalkeeper. They've just brought in a goalkeeper already, but they've got quite a few on their books, so they might see Steele leave, Pantilimon might leave, but they might also bring in Scotty Carson's the latest rumour flown around at the moment. He's obviously still in the books at Derby. They've also been linked with this guy, Chema Rodriguez, centre-back, who plays his football over in La Liga with Levante. Meanwhile, over at Deepdale, again a bit quiet for them, but there is a whisper of a rumour of linking North End to Max Lowe, who's on the books at Derby. I don't know if there's a domino effect from something else with that. I think Max Lowe is highly regarded. I know Derby may lose Bogle to a Premier League club, but that wouldn't affect this at all. So that's the only room I can find with North End. It's I think they put a 2 million bid. It's been rejected. They may come back again in the next few hours. Meanwhile, QPR, yeah, here we go. So Scott McKenna is another. This isn't the other team that I couldn't really find much. Scott McKenna, obviously we mentioned him last week. Could be on his way from Aberdeen to QPR. I actually put a little tweet out saying, "Hey Mowbray, get involved with this deal," and then I got quoted back, possibly by an Aberdeen fan, saying £7 million to take McKenna off of Aberdeen's books. So I don't know where the heck QPR are going to get £7 million from. I don't know how the heck anybody will get £7 million for them. Also, they did have been linked with Saman Goudos as well. We mentioned him earlier, who's been linked with Brentford. I doubt he'll go to QPR, but there was also some rumours floating around linking them with him, so we'll see what happens with that. Over at Reading, oh my goodness, what's going on with them these days? Lucas Jow looks to be coming over for around about I don't know, some stupid money, 5 million, 7 million. What is that all about? But they've also been linked with this guy, Georgi Puskás, coming to the books at Inter Milan, formerly linked with Birmingham. Again, this could be a club record fee. Where the heck have they pulled this money out of their backsides? Reading looking to spend over 12 million on 2 strikers within the past week. Craziness. Meanwhile, over at Sheffield Wednesday, under a small transfer embargo, but they're still looking at some bits. Obviously, it looks like they're going to get the caretaker manager might remain in charge for the season. They're looking at Massimo Luongo on the books of QPR. Maybe QPR's money could get resolved for the Scott McKenna bid if this Luongo bid goes through. You know, maybe Sheffield Wednesday have got £4 or £5 million in the bank and they could pump it in to get Luongo off their books. So that could happen. They're also looking at as well the man, the myth, everyone's favourite this week, Jacob Murphy, again on the books at Newcastle. So he looks like he's on his way to the Championship, but where? Meanwhile, Stoke are taking a look at a couple of players that were on Villa's books last year. Scotty Hogan, yeah, he's still in the books at Villa. He ain't going to get in game time with the revolution that's going over there. Meanwhile, they're also after Axel Tunzabi. He was on the books last season on loan at Villa, but he's actually on the books at Manchester United. So those 2 players linked with Stoke, who were very active early in the window, got their business done nice and early. Swansea City are looking at Naki Wells and Jordan Rhodes. So 2 strikers on their list, both of a similar sort of stature here. So yeah, one or the other, I think. I don't think they're going for both, but both names linked with them in the PEEPS this week. Like, I was about to stop right there. West Brom, they're looking at a couple players as well. Puksa, striker. He's on the books at somewhere in Poland. Don't know. Can't remember. The badges throw me off. So it looks like West Brom are looking for some quality up top. There's also been a rumour of Dwight Gale coming back, but I don't know. So I think they're gonna try and pull something out of there. I've been just watching Sky Sports News recently, this past couple of hours. It's all Premier League talk, but the Championship have got a lot of gaps to fill. I think West Brom need a striker, obviously Rovers need some defenders, Derby look at a couple other, but it could be a mad old scramble this next day, so I'm excited, a little bit nervous as well. So yeah, they've been linked with this fella. They've also been linked with this guy, Grady Diangana, as a young winger on the books at West Ham. He's been linked with Borough as well as Rovers early in the window. And wrapping it all up in a dicky bow, we do have Sam Field, who was also linked with Charlton up earlier in the video, on the books at West Brom. And they're also looking at Anthony Evans, who is also he's actually on the books at Everton. So that, my friends, is all I've got for you transfer-wise. A bit of admin for you folks, to let you know that there is a fantasy football league available on the channel, Blackburn Overseas. It is now live. You can get stuck in and join it. It is free to enter. There is going to be cash prizes for Manager of the Month and also a grand prize for the winner. The code is in the top left-hand corner up there. So if you've joined in the fantasy football league one way or another, just punch the code in. You can be involved and you might even actually win a bit of cash. Also let you know that I will be doing, I've started my matchday predictions for the Championship. I'll do them each and every week, pre-recorded, up until September, and that's when we'll go live, folks. And I'm looking at a Monday night show. I'm trying to figure out the time, what best suits you guys and what best suits me, because I've got my own time differences and all that kind of stuff to deal with work and all that. So I'm trying to find a consistent time to do it. So yeah, Mondays it looks like it for the Championship, Tuesdays for the Premier League, Champions League, I don't know when I'll do it. It might be a Friday, it might be weekend, I don't know, something. We'll figure it all out. And also starting in September, I'll be doing live watch-alongs for Blackburn Rovers over on Twitch, obviously over Spaced Abroad. I can watch the games over on iFollow. I'll have stats at the back, live scores from other Championship games as well, if you just want to come around and have a little chit-chat whilst you're doing something else. get in there. Link to the old Twitchosphere in your description below. Like, so that, my friends, I am the man of many voices, as you can tell. That was absolutely hideous. But that's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day. That is it, though, for transfer updates. I won't bring you another one until probably the Christmas time-ish. Maybe 10 days before the transfer window opens, I'll do something. We'll see where we all are. Yeah, let's fast forward to that time period. See how well Rovers will get it on. Hopefully we've actually got some points on the board. But yes, folks, give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Any last minute rumours you want to chuck in there. But by the time you get them and I read them, the window might be closed. But until I see you all again, which will be very, very soon, I'm sure. Thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.